day everyone, welcome back to a new Planet Coaster series. Today we're gonna start on a new park. We're gonna build a studios park, and I've actually got a fun idea for this one. So in this park I'm gonna build coasters and rides themed to made up movies, like Fast and the Curious for example, and you guys can actually help me with submitting your ideas for a made up movie in the comments, and then I'm gonna build a ride after that. But yeah, today we're gonna expand the parking lot. I made a parking lot earlier this year for people to use for as a foundation, which you can start your park with. So you don't have to build an entire parking lot, even if you want one. There's actually a link in the description if you want that blueprint. But for this park, I reckon we're gonna need a bit of a bigger parking lot, and I also wanted to have some trains going around picking people up, so they don't have to walk all the way to the entrance. Now the theme of the original parking lot I made doesn't really fit with a studios kind of theme, so I'm gonna retheme the entire parking lot. Well, there isn't much theming anyway, but there were some buildings that I decided to demolish, and we're gonna build a more Hollywood type of vibe. Except for the surrounding area, I used the grassland biome because you don't need a lot of trees to make it blend in with the surroundings, and that will save on performance. But it's not actually based on like a savanna biome. In my perspective, it's more like based on an area here in the Netherlands called the Veluwe, which is actually a protected nature reserve. But I don't care about that. I mean, theme parks are way more important than nature anyway. So yeah, we're gonna build this park anyway. But that biome, I say biome, I mean area, is more for. It looks like a grassland, but it's also in Western Europe, so it's cold, and there are like pine trees, like really tall grass and stuff. A really large open flat areas, which would be ideal for a park like this. Now I'm actually really excited for this build, because we can really use all the assets in the game. We can theme individual rides, and we can finally use the facades we got in the Ghostbusters pack a lot. And I got some plans for this park. I want there to be a fireworks show, and a stunt show. I'm really looking forward to make a stunt show. I want go-karts. I want a motorbike coaster in the park. And most importantly, I want everything to look like it should work. Like staff pathing and parking lots that people actually could find their way around it. And there's actually an exit and entry point, and where you should enter, and the taxi drop-off areas and all that stuff. Now, since it's going to be a park, there won't be many blueprints coming out on the workshop of this series, but I'm thinking about bringing every build that I do in this park on the workshop individually, like the entrance plaza or like sections of the main street. But that's kind of hard to do if it's really intertwined with each other, and I need to manually select every object. But if you guys want me to do that, please let me know, then I'll look into it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep it as a YouTube series for now and release the park when it's done and share the link. But yeah, let's talk a bit about what I'm building here. I wanted to do like an Art Deco style, which I'm not really familiar with at all, but practice makes perfect, so I'm gonna try my best at making it. And I actually forgot about the Ghostbusters pieces, which are basically our Art Deco, so I'm gonna go back here and make some changes in the next episode probably. I made some covered walkways here so people don't have to walk in the rain. I don't think the flat escalator type of things are necessary here. It isn't that long of a walk. So yeah, I am putting like little poles in front of it so cars can hit the people, because we don't want that. Now, of course, a large part of this build was already done in advance, so it seems like I did a lot here, but really it isn't that much. I'm just doing some rock work here. I really like the desert rock, or the grasslands rock I should say. The desert rock is way too red, and this is like perfect, fits well with the biome, and it actually looks a bit like the area I want it to look like, so I'm really glad that it does. But yeah, if you people have any like fun idea for a movie ride, and what type of ride, and maybe ideas for a stunt show or a fireworks show, what type of weenie, what type of theming I should use in the main street. Now the park is going to be called Jollywood Studios, because I'm not really original, and people will recognize it as a studios park. But I'm thinking about doing a main street like Walt Disney Studios in Paris, where I make a facade of the Hollywood sign, instead it says Jollywood, and then do a Hollywood type main street. But I also really want a weenie besides that, so let me know if you have any good ideas for that, for the park. And I'm probably gonna use some Theme Maker's Toolkit items in this park, because I want it to be, well, semi-realistic and all that stuff, but there's so much good stuff on the workshop, like emergency exit signs and disabled parking areas, all that kind of stuff, so that will really help with the immersion. Now sadly this parking lot obviously doesn't function, except for the little train that goes around, but I'm not sure if I want to connect paths to it. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this series. I'm really looking forward to making a well-themed immersive park. And that's already pretty much it for today, so I'll see you guys later, and enjoy this last part of the video.